Hello, welcome to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. I'm so happy you're here, choosing me to go into your ear holes. And especially if you're listening to this when the podcast is going out, it's the summer, we're 4 weeks in, nearly 5, we're almost there at the end. And I'm with you, babe. I've got you. I have I've found this summer holidays the most challenging yet, and I don't know whether it's because my son, he's been in reception for a year, but he needs that rigidity. He needs it to be rigid. He needs a routine, even though he argues to toss about it with me. But I've struggled. I've struggled. Yep, hands up. That's the way it's been. What can I say? But I've learned a lot. I've learned so much. Anyway, how are you? Are you all right? Tell me you can comment on this podcast now. Come and tell me how you doing. This is a episode. It's part of a series all about business confidence. So it goes hand in hand really with my about charging and the real reasons why you're not charging enough, because it's really, really important that we understand the backgrounds to all of this, like our awareness in how we approach stuff. I feel like is really the key to moving forward. So I've created a little gift for you. It's my business and money confidence checklist. And it's so simple because you literally have to sit there, go through the checklist, and by the end of it, you would have boosted your business confidence as well as your money confidence. So I'm combining these two things because I think when we want to show up, we want to have that confidence in our business. I'm going to talk about a little bit more about that in this episode. We also want to know that we're charging the right stuff, charging the right amount of stuff. And I've been really privileged actually to do some free price reviews for a few people through my Instagram. If you've missed it, I'm sorry, I've run out of slots now. It was really popular, but I loved it. I absolutely adored looking at brand new people's businesses, diving in. It's a real passion of mine to understand people's businesses from all aspects, really, like the progression of products and services available, looking at content and how that impacts getting those clients and customers into your world, whether I can sense there's a machine built, a funnel there, and also getting a sense of the person. Like I did really honoured to do a price review for my dream, I mean, all of them are my dream clients, to be fair, but this wonderful woman, her name's Jessica, and I actually had this intuition, instinctive feeling to say to her, I've just got to let you know, like, I really adore you. I think your business is so amazing, and I really hope one day I get to work with you in some way. And then she said, which is so strange and weird and wonderful, she said to me, I have just had a ping, this is what she was calling them, about you, and I think I might want to join the Vivid Business Club when you open. I was like, you'll be perfect. Perfect. I said, get your name on that wait list, because something is coming as a treat to only people on the wait list. The only people that are going to have that treat is if your name is on that wait list. She was like, right, I'm going now, straight away. She's an action-taking goddess, this woman. Straight away, put her name on. The reason I messaged her about that ping and that intuition was because she was sharing something in her story saying, I'm responding to more pings. And I was like, well, if you're responding to your pings, you're not going to won't mind me responding to your ping. Straight away, I was in the voice notes, and look what's happened now. She potentially is going to be a member of the Vivid Business Club, and I'm so excited. And the best thing is when I looked at her website and looked at what she offers and did my free pricing review for her. So part of the pricing review is that I look at what's already available. I look at like is there a pricing ladder? Is there a very visual way? There's an entry point to a really luxury VIP kind of service or product there. I do a little quick competitive analysis. Who else is in the arena that is charging similar to you, and what's their skill set? And then I sort of give it my pricing strategy over to people. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, really just love it. I just love doing them. So anyway, so I thought, right, how can I help more people? I'm just going to put this all in one checklist to boost your business and money confidence all in one place. So that's there for you. Go and grab a copy. It's in the show notes. So that's that for now. I'm going to move on to business confidence. We're going to concentrate on business confidence that today. I'm heading into 10 days of recharge. If anyone knows anything about human design, you will know about projectors. We might not actually, but I'm a projector. I'm a double projector actually, because I'm a 5-1 profile. If you've never come across human design, all this is going to sound like absolute gobbledygook. But I learned today we had a free training from Emily Armitage. Her episode, she came on and spoke about human design a few months ago. Go and search wherever you listen to this podcast. Go and search for Emily Armitage. I'm going to stick that in the show notes as well. I'm going to have to make a note of this because I'm not going to remember to tell Hannah. So, excuse me while I just put this in my to-do list. Emily Armitage to-do magnet. There we go. Because that episode is just so brilliant. You've got to go and listen to it if you haven't already. And she agreed to come in and do a guest expert session for the Vivid Business Club. So if you're a member of the Vivid Business Club and you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Blew my mind. What I learned was, even though human design is quite fringy. Did you ever watch Fringe? Did you ever watch Fringe when it was on? It was really good, actually. I remember there was one, like, it was a bit like the X-Files, really. But there was this one where there's like a monster that crawls out of... No, that was X-Files. But there was like a monster that did tunnels anyway. I'm going to watch that again, I think. It's really good. Anyway, very fringe human design. It's like, it's not very well known. And I'm, there's a lot of psychology stuff that was very fringe, wasn't it? And now it's just bog standard. Like cognitive behavioural therapy is basically affirmations. Just rewriting our thoughts. And anyway, I'm digressing because what I learned today about human design is that Google, Nike, Meta, these massive corporations actually use human design instead of like the old personality tests, so that you can really amplify the skill set within your team. So, and also how using human design to parent. So I printed out all my chart, my husband's and my son's. And recently we have been, I know I'm really going off a tangent, I'm going to loop round in a minute. We've recently been struggling or finding it a challenge because sometimes Jackson gets very frustrated and doesn't have words. Now, I absolutely understand this is a normal part of development, and having that emotional vocabulary is sometimes difficult for children and boys, especially boys. But Jackson has a lot of vocabulary, and he actually a lot of the time can describe how he's feeling very articulately. Is that right? And I think sometimes we don't compensate for his immaturity and his emotional development, because his development, his intellectual development is quite forward. So social and social as well, actually. So social and intellectual. You can tell I used to teach health and social care. Pies, physical, intellectual, emotional and social. So his physical development's quite good. He's gross. Why am I telling you all of this? Hold on. Let me just get back in the room. What I found out today is my throat centre is so defined that sometimes I ramble. Who would have known? Anyway, let's come back. Anyway, he sometimes struggles to find his words. It's not linked to his emotional development. The end. Find out that me and my husband have very defined throat centers, right? I'm sure if you've been listening to this for a while, you're not surprised. I'm all about the talking. Jackson has an undefined throat center, which means he can't be consistent in how he speaks. And I just literally when I said, Dan, when you got a minute, let me show you this. I'm getting my human design charts out. I'm like, look at this. Like, can you believe, like, look how different he is. But look how we're the same here, but you're different. And I'm just so excited. I've got to do. Would you know what? I'm really looping it around now. I'm a projector. I need time off. I really need to recharge. I haven't taken a completely no phone on time off since Christmas. Apart from weekends, I do that all the time. But I'm basically gonna have my phone off for 10 days from Thursday. Told all my clients I'm gonna struggle because I really love my clients. Like, I like to see what's going on. But I've got to recharge because September, it's a spicy month. There is so much goodness coming. It's like the Knickerbocker glory of all months ever. The reason I say spicy is because spicy food is my favourite food, but it's literally going to be the Knickerbocker glory of all of the calendar months of my business ever. Ever. Just thinking about it, I get so excited. I've got 2 big events. I've got the launch of the Vivid Business Club again. I mean, if you didn't think that was coming, then where have you been? Get your name, please. Just go and get your name on that wait list, please. Like, honestly, I can't tell you. Please just go and do it. Go and tell people. Like, even if they're thinking about it, why would you not want to put your name on a list? There's no commitment, but you're going to really benefit from doing it. Please go and do that. Anyway, I'm heading in to 10 days off. La-di-da. Because I'm a projector. Right, I've looped it round now. Did you enjoy that little transgression? Is that even the word? It's not the word. See what I mean? This is why I need a job. No, I don't want a job. This is why I need to recharge. I am losing my own articulation. I cannot thread the words together. I was in the Dream Team mastermind today, and I was like, my thoughts are working quicker than my mouth, and I could feel that my thoughts going boom, 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 and my mouth's going I just couldn't do it. But anyway, one of the things with human design is it really, really boosts your confidence because you get to know yourself on a different level, and that is just boom. That is what we want to. That is what we need in our business confidence, as well as the other 3 things that I'm going to teach you about. So this is a series of 3 parts again. Today is all about understanding business confidence, right? I really, really want you to understand why it's there and where you need to go with it. I'm just realising, though, the notes I've made for this are in the wrong place. I'm looking at something else. I'll bug a bum. Let me just get my other notes. This is the thing, right? Okay, it's all well and good being all prepared, Paula, right? But when I'm on the fly, I'm not saying I do plan these podcasts, but I'm heading into another level of preparation. But when I'm on the fly, I don't need these notes, but I do because I'm not on the fly. I'm being, Anyway. Okay, so understanding your business confidence. There's 3 really significant parts to business confidence that I'm going to talk about today. But ultimately, business confidence is all about how you charge, what you offer, who you're hanging about with, the training that you sign up to, making sure you get that training done, actually complete it, pricing your stuff, showing up, creating content, marketing, doing your finances, getting scared about opening the bank account, forecasting, dreaming. Business confidence weaves into all of that. And as I'm saying those out loud, you might be sitting there thinking, bugger, I haven't got confidence in any of that. And you know what? That's totally normal. It's totally normal to feel like you are winging it. And, you know, if the shit hit the fan, what the frig are you going to do? But there's also, I really want you to, my intention with this series of episodes is that together with the, you know, the real reasons why you're not charging enough, you create an action plan to sort your shit out. And I'm not saying that maybe I am saying it in a bit of a tough love way, but I want you to actually take action from these podcast episodes. And I'll be honest, there's no point in me sitting here talking for this amount of time, and especially you listening, if you're not going to do anything about it. Like, let's identify the problem. It's okay to have gaps in your confidence. Completely acceptable. Not everyone is going to be confident in what they're doing straight off the bat. So there are some people that are like it. I'll be honest. I think they are all fur coat and no knickers kind of people. Is that spicy? That was spicy, wasn't it? I hope nobody's thinking that. But honestly, if people just land straight into the bat with if they land into this Instagram world, into this social media world with a beautiful no, that's too savage. What I was going to say is somebody that has got a beautiful grid straight off the bat, like proper green into the world, I've probably paid someone to do that. I think it takes a while to find your like brand voice, your brand in your groove. Knowing, like, for myself, I've gone through a lot of phases. You go see my early stuff when I did Vivid Wire, like 5.5, nearly 6 years ago. Oh, totally different. God, if you see my Violet and May stuff from 2009, oh, bloody hell. That was, who the frig was I? Was that 15 years ago? I've been in businesses for 15 years. Hello? Why have I not realised that? I know I had a bit of a break, but God, go me. I've been in this game for 15 years. I need to write that somewhere, don't I? Anyway, let me backpedal. But confidence is important because it is everywhere. It is in all elements. And there's going to be challenges in your business that you're like, why isn't that working? And it'll be down to your confidence probably. And confidence comes from knowing what you're doing. And that comes from taking action. Like, you cannot get confident unless you get into the messy middle. It's impossible. Going back to those people that land, like, I feel like I've got a really strong brand voice because I've tried and got messy, and I've come back and I've got messy, and I've spoken to clients and I've lost clients, and I've only lost one, and she was nearly at the end. But there was somebody, I saw something recently about refunds. Like, I've never given a refund on a course. That's pretty good, isn't it? I don't talk about this stuff anyway, but this is like where you get the most confidence. I think you've got to get in the messy middle and be brave with it, and just ultimately understand, like, it's not all going to feel easy. We spoke about in the dream team today, like, there's going to be a lot of times when you don't want to do what you got to do. But what's the point? Like, what's the point of you listening to this? What's the point of you getting confidence in your business? What's the point in you pricing your stuff? What's the point in you making money? What is the freaking point? Like, today in the Dream Team Mastermind, one of my clients said to me, like, she's finding it really hard. She was like, it's just hard, isn't it? I was like, yeah, it's just hard. It's like one of them things. It's like, life is hard, but so are you. Like, business is hard, and so are you. Not everybody can do this. Not everybody even wants to. But you had enough to get to this point, to get to the point in business where you're seeking out business podcasts so that you can get better at it. So of course you're born to do it. So just accept it. Accept that you're born to do it. Accept there's no other way, and get that shit done. Like, business is hard, but so are you. You made a hard stuff, babe. You're a warrior. So let's just accept it and move on. All right? Okay, we've got that. So first step in understanding, business confidence and where we're heading with it, I want you to look at your limiting beliefs. Now, encourage you to look into shadow work if you've got enough stomach for it. It is a tough one. I would really encourage you to have a coach or even a therapist there to support you through shadow work. If you're already quite far down the line with your development, your personal development, you're probably okay. And I would say, in my experience, you've already been uncovering stuff with your limiting beliefs through journaling. And again, journaling, it's hard, but you got to do it. Like, I was with somebody, again, I was just saw a reel or something, and it was like, got to face up to it that journaling is the way forward, because you're going to uncover stuff that you won't uncover any other way. It's because it's an uncensored approach. Like, you don't have to sit there and think, well, what are they thinking? Your brain just goes, pfft. Like, you trust yourself to share whatever you want because it's in your head. How long does it take to build up a relationship with a coach or a therapist to get to that? A long time. All of my clients, I tell them to journal. I can only do so much. I can't get into your brain, but you can. So I want you to explore your limiting beliefs that really get you stuck. And the way that you're going to do that is when you put yourself into positions of bravery, like you show up and you get a vulnerability hangover, or you do something brand new, uncomfortable, unfamiliar. When you're in that vulnerability hangover, when you feel like absolute frigging dog shit, and you probably want to cry quite a lot, you need to comfort yourself, go back and listen to my Rescue Remedy podcast. Again, go and search that. But you're like, oh my, you just literally need to cuddle yourself quite a lot. In those moments, your limiting beliefs are going to be loud, right? They're going to tell you things like, no one wants to hear about you. No, everyone thinks you're shit. Who are you to show up and talk about that? Who are you to make jewelry? Why people are going to even wear it? Like, it's probably a bag of shit anyway. Like, it's going to fall apart. Okay, now, some of them could be that. Where are those other things? You know, where are those beliefs? And we have to uncover them. What are they? And I want you to write them down. And I'll tell you what makes you feel really sick. Like, I saw something the other day about, like, when people say I'm not good enough, like, you can actually, when you get that limiting belief, you can say to yourself, not good. I'm not good enough for what? We need to get a bit specific. This is like the process. So identify them, then start challenging them. Who's not interested in seeing me? Now, for me, it used to actually be a friend I'm not friends with anymore. I used to think, oh, she's probably going to think I look like a twat going on my Instagram stories. And I realised that she wasn't even my ideal customer. So why did I care? Like, get specific. If you're not showing up because of certain people, who is it and why? And then ask yourself, are they really your dream client? Are they really your dream customer? If not, mute them, or don't show them your stories, like, hide them. But I again had a conversation with one of my clients this morning. She was saying that Instagram's really triggering her at the moment, and we went into the reasons behind that. I said, you just got to mute them, babe. Mute these people that are triggering you. She said, I feel bad about muting people. Like, you know, they're not doing anything wrong, really. It's like, who gives a shit whether they're doing anything wrong or not? Like, you got to make sure whatever you consume is looking after your energy, because your energy is the most important thing, which leads me on my next point about surrounding yourself with positive influences. Because when you're boosting your confidence, when you're focused on your business confidence and your and like up-leveling that, you don't want to be sideswapped. You don't want to be sideswapped by some like wanky comment from somebody who has actually no idea what your business is. I've been doing my business now for this side of my business for over 3 years now, right? And the amount of people that still have no idea what I do, it's so funny. And they're my family. It's like, okay, fine. Don't worry about it. Do you know why I don't care? Because you're not my dream client or customer. So I literally only care about what my husband thinks and what my sister thinks, or one of my sisters thinks, and then my dream clients and dream customers. And the only reason why I care about what my sister and my husband think is because they know exactly what's going into my business. And there's also a caveat to that, actually, because I've got my best friends who listen to the podcast, another dedication to Shama. We laughed about that the other day. But I'm sorry, but Shama is the most dedicated listener that I know of. So I've really listened. If she tells me something to do with the podcast, I listen like all ears. I love it. So they're the people I care about listening to. Anybody else, even if I love them, if they tell me anything to do, if they've got their opinion and they share their opinion with me, I don't care. But it's very interesting about how many people, when you share an idea or share a new thing, if they don't understand it, instead of asking questions, they put it down. So I want you to recognize you need to be around people that you can share an idea with and they sort of understand what's going on, as well as lift you up when you're doubtful. And this is what's really special about the Vivid Business Club as well, because a relatively new member, she's very new actually, she only joined in May, I think. She came in the sneaky back door, I let her in. But I shouldn't say back door, I can't say that, secret door. She came in the secret door. And she came in and she was like, her mindset and her confidence were on the floor. She's already taken loads of action. She's already made a massive progress, making gains all over the place. But she said, it is so empowering to know I am in a space where I can share my dreams and I get lifted up, and I share my doubts and I get lifted up. It's not about going, oh, God, hark at you. There's no competition about dreams or, doubts. It's all about the lifting up of going, as I lift you, I'm lifting myself and I'm lifting people behind me. I've got my hand, I'm pulling you up because your dream is my dream, babe. Because when you're achieving your dream, I'm achieving mine because you're inspiring me. It all acts as this beautiful energy, like a real roar of energy. So I cannot wait. I'm getting goose pimples because I just went, oh my God, we've got the event soon. So when you listen to this, the event is going to be Vivid Business Club Meetup Kent 2024 is literally 4 weeks on Monday or 5 weeks on Monday. Is it 6 weeks today? I think it's 6 weeks. 6 weeks today that I'm recording this. Oh God, I'm so excited. It's just the energy. It's just crazy. It's incredible. It's just incredible what's going to happen. I'm already I couldn't believe what happened last time. So, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm losing my train, aren't I? But that is why being part of a membership like the Vivid Business Club, or and especially if you're target 5k months, that's where I'm heading. There's going to be a real focus within the Vivid Business Club about 5k months and supporting people to go from having 1 to 2k months to 4 to 5k months and supporting them. And then the dream team is up to 10k months and beyond. And then if you want 1-to-1, it's beyond 10k, like how we operate and build the machine. It's so important to be surrounded by people that are not scared to say, I want a 6-figure business or I want a 7-figure business. When I say that to some people, it's just so incomprehensible that their body language, it's not that they're saying anything, but I will pick up on their body language and I will then take that energy in. I'm one of them people, you probably know, my energy is up, is so I'm just a bit open in my heart, in my centers because of human design and stuff. And so I can feel it. I can feel their body language. But that's not a projection on me. That's them knowing, oh my God, I can't even understand this dream she's talking about. So I'm just going to block it. And they then don't have the capacity to lift you up. But if you're surrounded by people that are already in that mindset of pushing themselves forward, lifting them up, your dream is going to be like, yeah, of course, yeah, that's what we're all here for. We're all here to create that dream life that we want, that freedom, that essence of I can do what the fuck I like, because I tell you why, I've been held back too much by circumstances, by abusive childhoods, by trauma incidences, whatever. Not anymore, babe. This is my time. This is my time to do what the fuck I like, and I want to find the freedom to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to grow this business. That's the kind of people you want to be surrounded by. And from being around it, it's going to be osmosis, like we're some plant cells sucking it all in and like giving it all out. You surround by people by that, your energy increases, your confidence increases. You inspire somebody else, they inspire you. Bish, bash, bosh. Just a beautiful synergy of energy and dreams. And, I would urge you to get your name on that Vivid Business Club waitlist so that you can be part of it too. Or at least give yourself the opportunity to be part of it too. Let's just leave that door a little bit ajar, eh? Especially if you want the old treat that's coming to the waitlist. Okay, next way to really start understanding your business confidence and moving forward with it is just seeing how far you've come already. Beautiful book. I talk about it all the time. The Gap in the Game by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Penn Hardy. Go and listen to it, read it, whatever. Go and listen to podcasts of them talking about it as well. But the gap in the game is so important because the angst and the decrease in confidence that you feel within your business is to do with the gap between where you are and where you think you should be. Should, right? Shouldy. We don't like the shoulds. That is where that gap is. Okay. South Park. But that gap, that's why you feel like you haven't got any confidence. Now have a look back and see how far you've come in that year. And go and talk to that version of you a year ago, obviously metaphorically, and just see what she wants. Because I bet you any money she wants to be exactly where you are because it's further ahead anyway. There's that saying, isn't it? Like, don't dismiss what you already have because that version of you in the past has everything that they ever dream of. That's why we've got to be grateful, babes. We've got to be grateful in the moment. You have got to understand how far you've come and how bloody brilliant your life is. And I get it, babe. I get it. There is shit being here, you probably, from every which way, angle, back, forwards and whatever. I get it. I'm the same. It's not like, like I obviously don't share every tiny bit of my life. I find things incredibly difficult. I get thrown shit at me. And I'm still really, really, really grateful. And I'm still really, 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 really proud of myself. There was something yesterday I was really proud of myself. And you might resonate with this. You might get where I'm going or where I've been with this. I used to have the superhero type of imposter syndrome where I had to do everything in order for me to feel worthy of what I've had. So I couldn't ask for any help. I couldn't have any help because then I wasn't worthy of what was coming to me. I had to work for every single thing by myself, okay? And one of those things is accepting help of my in-laws. I find it incredibly difficult. Now, there is 2 points to this because I can't accept help from my mum. Again, mum, if you listen to this, I don't think you do, but I've spoken to you about this, so this is not new stuff. But I have asked for help from my mum before, and there's been either she just lets me down. I don't need to go into the details. So I get a bit worried about asking for help. Thing is, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, though they're not my parents, if I ask them for help, they help me. Like, I'm the mother of their grandson and the chosen one of their son. Like, I'm pretty special to them. So that's a big thing for me saying that out loud, because that's a self-worth thing, like understanding that they do love me as much as they do, as much as my husband tells me they do. And I know they do. And yeah, I feel a bit choked up now thinking about that. Anyway, let's just have a little bit of water. Anyway, so last night yesterday afternoon we went round there for a cup of coffee. My father-in-law had been back up to the Midlands, that's where they're all from originally, and had done an event, and we were talking to him about it. And it was planned in that today they were having, the day I'm recording this, we're having Jackson for childcare. And so my mother-in-law said to me, what time would you like us to have Jackson from tomorrow? And in the beginning of the holidays, I'd said probably about 10 o'clock, just so that I could do the dream team. And I was just going to do a little bit of other things and then pick him up. But because of tech issues being behind, things taking longer than I'd planned, blah, 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 blah. I'm still working more than I wanted to, but I'm having my break soon. So that's good. And she said, well, what about if I said, well, whenever's good for you. I've got to get quite a lot done. So whenever's good for you. Now, when Jackson goes to school, they have him a couple of mornings a week from like 7:30, so I can have like an early start, as well as my husband have an early start. And then they said, my mother-in-law just said, does he want to come for a sleepover? And I was like, are you sure? And then Dan just looked at me and was like, well, yeah, he can come for a sleepover. Now, the old me would be like, no, I need to be with him all the time. It's the summer holidays and I'm going to get guilty and we're just going to be indoors. So what's the difference with him being at home? Because we're not going out or anything. So it's a bit like a waste of a babysitter, if you know what I mean. But what happened is that we came. So anyway, we accepted. And I just thought, I don't feel guilty because this is now going to allow me to get up super early. I can go to bed. We can chill out as soon as we get home. We had dinner and then we dropped him there, I think, at about 6 o'clock. He'd already had his dinner. He was in his pajamas and then probably watched TV for a bit and then, or whatever, had some stories with grandpa and then went to bed. We went to bed at 8 o'clock. We were both asleep, I think, by 8:30, 8:45 last night. I was up at 5. I started work at 5:30. I've been so productive today because all I've had to think about is the business. I am so grateful. And I'm so grateful for myself for not feeling guilty. I'm very privileged and I absolutely just so grateful for that. Because I think if I didn't have them, what the frig? Like, what would I do? I know a lot of people, like, I'm just very lucky to have them. And it's just compensated because what I don't have on the other side of it, I've just basically never had parents. So accepting help that's hasn't got a weight to it, that, like, not a weight, like a payment, just helping because they love you. I'm so grateful. So, getting emotional again. So I'm very grateful and I've made the most out of it. But the reason I'm saying this is because I'm reflecting on how far I've come in my imposter. I'm basically like my worthiness and my doubt. Like I'm just so far forward than I ever thought I would be. Like my doubts just don't. I have days where doubt impacts me. It's probably about 2 days a month when I'm due on. Other than that, I'm bloody smashing it because what I teach works. But this is why as well in the Side of Vivid Business Club, we bank the wins. We bank every little thing. We bank our successes. We look at the big picture and we look at the small picture. We look at how far we've come. I actually went to, there was a weird noise there. I went to meet an old school friend on Saturday night and it was wonderful to have that distance. I suppose, we haven't seen each other in 20 years. We used to be really, really close. We became close because she lost her dad too. And she's actually working with Winston's Wish, which I just, like, she's doing her PhD in that. Honestly, again, Oh my God, what is happening to me today? I'm just very proud of what she's working on and what she's achieved. But it was like we'd seen each other last week. It was such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dinner. And but it was also fantastic because I shared my dreams. I was just unapologetically me who I was. That she didn't have any, even though she knew me, she didn't have any, like, I suppose, identity. I didn't have an identity with her anymore. So I could just be exactly who I am. Not that I can't do that with some of my other friends, but it was just so refreshing. And she's just so ambitious. It was so lush to talk to her. And she sent me such a beautiful message. She was like, I'm just so proud of everything you've achieved. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am emotional, aren't I? Just really grateful today. That's why I'm getting upset. I'm just really, really grateful. But I just really want you to this is why I get upset as well, I think, because especially when I think about the Vivid Business Club, whenever I start talking about the Vivid Business Club and the members inside it, I do get a bit emotional because some of them have come so far and they still beat themselves up a little bit about that. And I just want to be like, babe, look at how far you've come. Look at how far you have come. And when you understand that and you look behind you and you really think about who you used to be and all how that hard work is really paying off, there's no need for you to never be not confident. You know what I mean? Like, your confidence is going to come from who you are, who you've worked hard to be, and where you want to go with that. Not looking at how far you've still got to go, because that's always going to move anyway. It's such a shit thing to measure yourself against, because I know that as soon as I get to one level, I'm like, oh, my ideal self has gone a little bit further along there. She's moved a bit, because I just never want to stop growing. And I want to create a life I never want to retire from. And I work till the day I die. And I'm confident that I'm going to achieve it because I do all of these things. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up now. Because I value your time. It's a nice big juicy episode for you. Part 2 of the business confidence series is coming like in 2 weeks. We've got a guest next week and then it'll be the one after. Go and get your hands on my new freebie, the Business and Money Confidence Checklist. I reckon it will set you up really well for September. 100%, 100%. Go and get your hands on it. Thank you for being here with me. I'm not going to cry again. I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful. If you've got any questions about this episode, send me a message. I love it when people tell me about the best episode. Even as well, go and comment on the episode so other people can see it. You can do that on Spotify. And also, only about 10 days left of my little August giveaway about leaving a written review. I should have started with that. So if you've got to the end of this and you've really enjoyed it, go and write that review. Go and get yourself in a 20 quid voucher draw. Have lunch on me, babes. Right. That was a good one. Okay, I shall see you very soon. Make sure you go and listen to part 1 of the reasons why you're not charging enough podcast, and part 2, which is on Monday. 3 Mondays in a row. Okay, my beaut. Have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope it helps. Go and take some action. I'll speak to you soon.